Good morning, you beautiful people, and welcome to Zombies 101. In this episode, I want to give you the basic strategy behind every single Zombies game. In every single Zombies game, there are a multitude of different objectives that you need to keep track of. However, knowing which objective is a priority is very important. I have broken down these objectives into 3 different primary objectives. These are the more important objectives that you really want to pay attention to, as well as 3 secondary objectives that you want to keep in mind, but not necessarily make a priority. The first primary objective is going to be power. Power opens up parts of the map, power turns on certain perks, and power can turn on different things around the map as well. Turning on power can be as simple as flipping a switch like in Blood of the Dead or Kino der Toten, or activating a Sentinel artifact in Voyage of Despair or Dead of the Night. Or it can be as complex as the Beast Mode mechanic in Shadows of Evil, the Afterlife mode in Mob of the Dead, or even surviving rituals like in Revelations. Once power is turned on, it allows us to do more things, complete more objectives, and more importantly, work on our second primary objective, Pack-a-Punch. The Pack-a-Punch is an essential part of most Zombies maps because it obviously makes your weapons deal more damage, and that is incredibly useful for surviving. Generally speaking, most weapons aren't going to be entirely useful past round 15, past round 20, unless they are Pack-a-Punched. So depending on the complexity of the Pack-a-Punch quest, you are going to need to try and unlock Pack-a-Punch as early as you can. In some cases, this quest isn't that big of a deal. For instance, in Revelations, it's incredibly easy once you turn on power to get Pack-a-Punch. However, in other cases like Shadows of Evil, where you need to complete rituals, it can be incredibly difficult to do so, especially in the later rounds. The next priority is obtaining the wonder weapon of the map. For a large portion of zombie maps, you can just get the wonder weapon out of spinning the box. However, there are an equal amount of maps that you can do a side quest in order to unlock or build a wonder weapon. Generally speaking, this is going to be a moderately difficult side quest if you are new to zombies, but the wonder weapon is usually always worth it. Wonder weapons are important because they allow you to go into high rounds. They usually do an incredible amount of damage and kill zombies at incredibly high rounds. In some cases, like the Thunder Gun or the Bows on Reisendrache, they can save you from being cornered as well. However, like Pack-a-Punch, some of these wonder weapon quests can be really complex and take a lot of time. So the earlier you start these quests, the earlier you get the wonder weapon, the better off you are. Those are the 3 primary objectives that I have. Those are the 3 things that I always think about when going into a zombies game. However, interlaced between those 3 primary objectives, I am thinking about my secondary objectives. The first secondary objective that I am usually constantly thinking about is weapons and ammo. Your starting pistol, your starting weapon will be useful for the first 1 to 3 to 5 rounds depending on how good you are with ammo. However, after those initial rounds, you need to find a different weapon. There is usually a moderate damaged wall weapon close by earlier in the map to unlock, and that is usually a good choice. Once you start progressing the rounds, getting into the 10s, the teens, you might want to start thinking about hitting the box for a light machine gun, but if you don't want to hit the box, definitely buy an assault rifle off of the wall. It is a delicate balance between how many points you have and how many points you need. As the rounds progress, the zombies will have more health, and you will need to be able to deal more damage. Moving on to the second secondary objective, this is going to be perks. Once again, in any other game besides Black Ops 4, Juggernog and Quick Revive are absolutely essential if you're playing solo. Once you start to open up the map, once you start to have an excess amount of points and your weapons aren't suffering all that much, always pay attention to what perks you want and what perks are going to fit your strategy and when the best time to buy these perks is. And finally, the third secondary objective is going to be any buildables or side quests of the map. Whether it's crafting the zombie shield or unlocking the specialist of the specific map, this is always something to keep in mind. Buildables tend not to be incredibly essential to a zombies game or your survivability, however they are always a fantastic upgrade for you. As I stated before, a lot of these things can be done at the same time. A lot of the basic strategy behind zombies is doing more than one thing at a time, being able to multitask and think about multiple quests at the same time. Generally speaking, an individual quest is not going to be completely overwhelming. However, once you see all the things you can do on the map, it can be overwhelming. I assure you, if you learn each of these things in their individual parts and learn them one by one, you will not be as overwhelmed. Once you have acquired all of these different things, once you've got your power on, your pack-a-punch, your wonder weapons, your regular weapons, your buildables, and your perks, you should now be ready to implement whatever strategy you have for the map. And from that point forward, you can just enjoy the fruit of your labor. You've done it. You've put in the work. You've memorized the part locations. You've done the strategies. You've done the quests, and you've come out successful. So hopefully this guide was useful. It's a little bit different than the other guides I've done on my channel, but let me know in the comment section below if you liked it. If you did like it, you can leave a like on the video. And if you have anything to say, a critique, or you want to change something or have a question, please write down in the comment section below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Zombies morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.